Hello guys, good evening and welcome to the League Racing Nations Championship for the second edition of this event, hosted by QleenVigor Racing QVR. Thank you for this opportunity to be in the comms booth over this event, and of course it is with a great deal of anticipation for this event to get underway, the second edition, and of course we have some fantastic nations represented all across the board, but tonight we are focusing on Group A. Group B is also underway as well, if you want to swing by and show some love to the Group B stream as well. But running through the nations represented here in Group A, as I'm just going to quickly get that information up, and we have in Group A we have the rest of the world. Poland second team, my own nation, the nation of Wales, in here as well. England's second team and Belgium's second team. So we'll quickly go for the drivers representing those teams as well. So England's second team, we have Total Peas, Calzo, Rage Hunter, Calvin Racing, and Trap Formula, who I believe is going to be in the reserve role. We may see a few reserves in tonight, I'm not quite sure. In terms of the Belgium second team, we have Mafi, Du, Kobe, and Axel Swag. Apologies if I have absolutely butchered your name, guys. I do apologize. I'm only a humble Welshman. I'm not very good at pronouncing things. And in the Polish second team, we have also got Adam, Pioneer, Krowski, Savage, and Cause Copy. And once again, I do apologize if I have butchered the names, and it is unfortunate that if I have butchered it, I do apologize. That's all I can do. All I can do is apologize. And of course, we have rest of the world being represented by multiple nations: Lithuania, Turkey, India, and Portugal, to name a few. And then we got I'm gonna end up butchering this name as well. Alpu Muck, Ash Best. We have JME, Squid APT. We have Thomas, we have Just As, and we also have Caesar as well. So in the lobby at the moment, we do have Thomas, Just As, Alp, who I'm guessing is the man at the beginning of the team sheet that I unfortunately butchered his name for. So I do apologize for that. And of course we have my own nation, the nation of Wales, representing Wales. Of course we have Tomato, we have Little Roma Nino, we have ESW _ Colin R Mason, and we have Hooky 66. I am also a part of this team as a reserve driver, and Billy Willie, and of course my name is ESW _ Ivor Bryn Mike. So they are the nations, they are the drivers representing their teams, representing their nations in this fantastic event. And of course we wait to get underway to see who is going to come out on top here, and just going to get the point system up and running so you guys know exactly what is the format. Of course we're going to have two races back to back, 25% races, one shot qualifying, the first race being at Spa-Francorchamps, so the Belgian GP, and then we'll be heading to Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix as well. 18 drivers in the lobby currently, and we wait to see if we get any more, but we have 18 in here at the moment. In the chat we have Jeff Barron saying Belgium power, we got Calvin Racing saying let's go England, and we've also got Kobe saying Belgium as well. So a lot of support for the Belgian team here in the chat, and you love to see it, you really do. So how the format will go, essentially we have 5 nations involved in the group stage here. The top 2 will head into the champion route, 3rd and 4th will head into the best of the rest route, and then the bottom team will head towards the knockout route as well. So of course we'll have to see who is going to finish where. So as I said, one shot qualifying, 25% race. The weather will remain clear, official start time, so there could be some sunlight getting in everyone's way. And in terms of the points system, so first place will get 30 points, second place 26, third will go with 24 points, 22 for fourth, 20 for fifth, 18 for sixth, 16 points will be awarded to the person who comes in 7th place. 8th will get 14 points, 12 for 9th, and then 10 will get 11, and then we'll run down to 20th then, who will get a single point to their name. So points is up for grabs for everyone here tonight, and we will look forward to seeing who is going to come out on top here in Group A. Still, we have support for the Belgian team in the chat, and it is great to see. It is the home race for the Belgium lads out there, so be interesting to see how they're going to get on at the quote-unquote home circuit here. It is the Belgium second team. They are the 5th seed in Group A. Rest of the world got seed 1. Poland was seed 2, Wales seed 3, England seed 4, Belgium seed 5, and that will reflect in the cars that are available to each team as we jump now into one-shot qualifying, and we await to see who is going to come out on top here in qualifying at Spa, as everyone will get their setups ready, full lobby. And who should we go on board with? Who should we go on board with? That is the question, and I feel like we need to go on board with one of the Belgium lads, because this is going to be the home race, so to speak. So we'll jump on board with one of the Belgian lads. They'll take us through a lap of Spa-Francorchamps. I will try to be as unbiased as I can. We have support for Toxic. Now, is that Toxic Tomato or Toxic? In fact, we'll stay on board with Calvin as we come down now into turn 1 into La Source. And on the exit now, important to get good traction as we head up now towards Eau Rouge, and a critical place really. You don't really want to be getting an invalidation there as we go for the top of Radion. DRS wide open now on the Camel Straight as we continue to head down towards turn 5, 6 and 7. This is going to be a tricky complex, very easy to lose a car on the curb, very easy to drift out wide here as well and pick up an invalidation as we head down to Brussels, I believe it is known, and it is turn 8 and off cam but downhill right hairpin and into the corner with no name, turn 9. Very good so far from Calvin. He is currently down in 13th as we head towards Pouillon, and he is able to keep the car in check there as we head towards the Campos section of turns 12, 13, and as we head now towards turn 14 into Stavro and middle sector. I didn't have the delta up, but the middle sector may be pretty decent as we head now towards the brilliantly corner known as Blanchemont. His left-hand kink, flat out in modern-day F1 cars. He used to have to lift off a bit back in the day as we head down into the bus stop chicane. And all about the exit here. He is out of ERS deployment is Calvin, but to the line he'll come. But it is going to be Thomas who picks up the inaugural pole position here. So Calvin will get 13th, but Thomas, the man on pole position, will run you through the order. So it is Thomas on pole with Just As alongside in second place. Is a rest of the world lockout there. The Polish man in P3, and in fourth we have the rest of the world, Alp there. Then we got Lucas for Poland in fifth. Total P's for England in sixth. We got Kolski in seventh. Has a Jamaican flag. I rate that. And Kobe in eighth. Savage in ninth. And then we got Colin for Wales, rounding out the top 10. And outside the top 10, we have Just a Goalie, right under Calvin, Diu, Hooky, Nabi, Caesar, Formula, and I believe at the back we also had the two Welsh lads of Tomato and Little Roma Nino. So invalidating their laps, and we will see how they get on. Of course, I believe we'll have the formation lap first, so I can run you through what cars are represented by what nation. What's my expectation? I am not V8 field. I am either Bryn, Mike, Thyman. I am not V8 field, unfortunately. I wish I was V8 field sometimes, but unfortunately I am not. I have to make do with being either Bryn, Mike. But expectations, I expect the rest of the world to go well. I expect Poland to go well. I expect a big comeback drive from the two Welsh lads at the back, both in the Renault cars. And that is a good opportunity now for me to actually go through what car is represented by one nation. So the rest of the world team are it is the Mercedes as well. I believe Poland are represented by the Alpha Tauris and the Red Bull Racing. The Welsh team represented by the McLarens and the Renaults. And I'm quickly just gonna have a little look. I believe it is for England. It is the Racing Point and the Williams, and then of course we got Belgium in the Alfa Romeos and the Haas F1 car. So they are the teams represented by what nation. They will be representing here tonight. 11 laps of Spa awaits these 20 drivers. National pride is on the line, and we look at the tyre compounds outside of the top 10. We see a bit of a split there. We got Just a Goalie on the softs, Rage Hunter and Calvin on the mediums, Duel on the softs there in 14th. Then we got Hooky on the mediums. The two softs then directly behind him of Ocho and Caesar. Then we got Trap, Little Romanino and Tomato, all on the medium compound tyre as we approach the end of the formation lap. Early expectations, as I said, I do expect the rest of the world to be going well. They locked out the front row. Poland, a very good showing from Poland, all of their drivers up here in the top 10. Wales, England and Belgium, it's going to be an effort from them, but I'm hoping that we're going to get some good action up and down the field as we now wait for everyone to get into the grid slots to get this race underway. So here we go. waiting for those 5 red lights to come on, and here they are, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway here for the first race of the League Racing Nations Championship, and immediately a good start there from Pina, getting himself up into 2nd place there. A good start there from the man in the Alpha Tauri, as we got Alp there again, right underneath the rear wing of Lucas, so I believe is up in position. Unfortunately, it is quite difficult to say who is up positions, as we do have the standard Co-Masters glitch early on, so we're going to have to wait for this to filter out and be sorted. I believe we had Klaus in the back there going for a spin, and we'll see how he gets on. Caesar tucked up right behind the Englishman of Calvin there, as we going back up as a Ferrari side by side there with Lucas as they head into the corner with No Name, and he's just pulled out the slipstream, but he is going to tuck in right behind now for Pouillon, as both of them keeping a good line through there. As here goes the Ferrari looking down the inside into the combo section, and once again Lucas doing very well to hold his defensive line. It's been let's have a look and see who's up positions as we have a chance. So the big gainer is Caesar, up 5 positions here for the rest of the world team. And then of course we got Trap Formula, Little Romanino and Tomato all up 4 positions apiece. And here goes Alp around the outside at the bus stop chicane. He got the inside for the second part of the corner, but will Lucas have the better traction? He does have the better traction, and he is going to be side by side with the Ferrari as they go into turn 1, and they're still going to be side by side. You see Total P's there just lurking in behind, waiting for an opportunity, and Lucas is going to come out just on top, but here goes Total P's. Oh, he chose very late there to duck out of that move. He did get his nose right there alongside, but here they go. It's going to be 3 wide down towards turn number 4, and turn number 5, as Total Peas gets himself up in the 5th. Lucas here losing out, and now has the Haas of Kobe right in behind, keeping him for company. Colin doing well up in 9th at the moment, as we'll go back to the tyre graphic, as Caesar on those soft tyres really trying to put some pressure on Calvin Racing. Tucked in right underneath, but doesn't make the move. As back up towards the front, we got Alp there. It says he's that is a bit of a glitch. He's just not that close to the back of Pina at the moment, as I believe we just had Tomato making his way through, getting through on Rage Hunter, and he's got a fantastic run now on Caesar. Is he going to think about a move into the bus stop chicane? Well, Caesar could be thinking about a move on Calvin here. This is going to be interesting. Tomato going for the double overtake, a little bit of contact in the bus stop. He was 3 wide there, and Caesar is going to come out on top on those soft tyres, but is Tomato going to be able to challenge him into turn 1? He's going to move to the outside, and Calvin down the inside. Oh, very close stuff. And Little Romanino now trying to get involved, as everyone is now single file. So Caesar coming out on top there, and it is great to see the battling going on towards the tail end of the top 10. And here comes Total P's with DRS, with the overspeed, easy move up into P4. Good showing so far from the Englishman, as we have, I believe that was Tomato getting through on Caesar, and a X above his name. Hopefully that was just a slight issue there, maybe on Co-Master's end. But Little Romanino there side by side with Calvin as he goes around the outside of the corner with No Name, gets the overspeed, and behind we also have the side by side action between the 2 English lads. So the English lads fighting amongst themselves, as Little Romanino now gets that position up in the 13th he'll go. So much action early on, But right now, Thomas and Just As running away with things at the top end, and Calvin has gone for a spin. Yellow flags are out for Calvin. I wonder, was there any, did he try to go back down the inside where there wasn't a move on? Did he make contact with little Romanino, perhaps? Or did he just get out of shape? Time will tell, but as it stands right now, the rest of the world doing a fantastic job out in front. The third place man, the man from Poland, doing a fantastic job so far up in third. Total P's doing bits for the English team right now up in fourth, but he does have a bit of a train behind him. How is he going to be able to defend from the overspeed of DRS that these guys will have? But P's does have a bit of ERS at his disposal. And Alp not going to be close enough. What about Kobe on Lucas? No, not close enough yet. Colin in a bit of a no man's land, just ahead of just a goalie. I'll try saying that 5 times faster as Kobe now with a 3-second time penalty. Tomato showing good pace. He's already within DRS range of the Haas. And will we see some Welsh tactics here? Will Colin be fighting Tomato? I can't see it personally. They're in 2 different races right now. And Pina actually, he's teetering on the edge of DRS at the moment. If he can keep this up, it looks like he has got a decent amount of pace right now. I'm expecting the first round of pit stops to be happening at the end of this lap. Lap 4, lap 5 is where I'm expecting these pit stops to come into fruition. And oh, it is close at the top, just over just under 2 seconds actually separating the top 3, as Total P's also under pressure now from the Scuderia of Alp. They're in P4 and they're both going to duck out into the pit, so as Just As up ahead. So we're seeing the first round of pit stops, and Tomato over the back of just a goalie. He's going to move to the inside for turn 1, and job done, I believe. Yes, Tomato up into P6 on those mediums, and it is fantastic to see the racing that we have seen so far. It's been very clean, very respectable from what I've seen, as we got Trap Formula on the back of his English teammate of Rage Hunter there for P9. And I believe we just had the switch there from Tomato and Colin. So the Welsh lads working together. Oh, just a goalie there getting on the curb and almost losing the car in the process. Little Romanino making a pit stop as well, checking on the set of the soft compound tyres. Now this is an interesting call, as he will get the advantage of being on the softs. Will they last the whole distance? So I believe they may do. So it might be a ingenious move there from Little Romanino to get himself on the softs, get a little bit of clear air, so to speak, to push into, as gaps are now beginning to form. Closest battle we have is this freeway scrap between Colin R. Mason, just a goalie, and Caesar. So 3 nations duking it out here. And who is going to come out on top? Will any of them duck into the pits at the end of this lap? I believe we will be seeing as the top 2 peel off into the pit, and that unfortunately means Savage has to go on for another lap. Kobe in, Colin in, and Caesar following in right behind there, as just a goalie having to stay out because of his teammate also being in the pits. Tomato also in the pits for a set of the soft compound tyres. So interesting stuff from the 2 Welsh lads who are in the Renault cars, opting to go very early on the soft tyres, get the most out of the grip advantage that they would have. As we got Alp there still looking at the back of Total P's, and I believe this is for a net P4 right now. As, oh my god, we got Just As side by side with Kobe, and that, look at the time that Just As has lost by staying out that 1 extra lap. Look at the amount of time he has lost to not only his teammate but to the man who was in P3, and that was Pina, who is now currently in 7th, right behind Hooky, and on the fresher tyres. You got to think it's only going to be a matter of time before he gets through. But here goes the two English lads side by side. Total P's don't really want to be battling. He'll want his teammate to hold up the Ferrari behind. But Calvin, is he going to be able to hold up Alp? No, Alp going to go clean around the outside there. Fantastic move there from the man in the Ferrari representing the rest of the world. And now we got Just As next up, and Just As and Kobe at the moment, the two with penalties. Let's have a look and see what kind of penalties they have to their name. I just went on the wrong thing, but there we go. So we've got 4 people right now with 3-second time penalties as Thomas gets through on Rage Hunter. But look at Tomato on no sauce around the outside at the bus stop chicane. He'll at the inside for the second part of the corner, and it's still side by side, and Tomato squeezes through and gets himself up into 11th place. But yeah, 4 people right now with 3-second time penalties, and that could hinder him towards the end of the race. Savage coming out in 5th place on his mediums. As we got, this will be an interesting battle. Just As and Tomato, 2 guys that I know to be incredibly fast, and this is going to be a very intriguing battle indeed, as we got Little Romanino all over the back. As we got Lucas actually trying to make the move on Little Romanino, and he is going to squeeze on through. He's on the inside, but Little Roma on the soft compound, trying to hang it around the outside. Contact made, and around goes Lucas. Lucas there with a bit of contact with Little Romanino. Was enough room given? I want to say that I think there was enough room given. I don't want to sound biased just because of the fact I'm Welsh, but I do think enough room was given. But it is unfortunate to see Lucas there. He was doing so well. He was looking very competitive. As we got Tomato down the inside of Calvin, not wasting any time with the Englishman trying to get through ASAP and get himself up the order. As Just As, he's lost it. Contact with Little Romanino, and both of them are out. Just As and Little Romanino out of this race. Unbelievable. Little Romanino and Just As out of this race. Just As losing the car, spinning out, and then Little Romanino straight into him. And that is the end of their respected race here, as Tomato with the fastest lap of the race, a 44.0. I don't think fastest lap is anything in this race, but with Just As and Little Romanino out of this race, that does mean that not only Wales but rest of the world as well have lost a big player here today at Belgium. So we'll have to see how it all unfolds, as Alpes just managed to get through on Total Peace, but good ball back down as we got Caesar making the move on Colin. Mason for P8. Formula Trap getting through on Lucas after Lucas's spin on the previous lap. A little bit of contact with Little Romanino there, but Lucas trying to fight his way back through, gets passed by Trap Formula. So Lucas now just outside of the top 10. As we get the I hate the gearbox glitch that we do get on this game from time to time, but this is the battle that we have going on right now. The 4-way scrap for the last podium position, and Mina's only just up the road, mind. He's only 1.5 ahead of Alp, so it's not out of the question for these guys to maybe pick up a second place, as Hooky picks himself up a 3-second time penalty, and we got a bit of lag connection issue there with Tomato, and I think that's more on Tomato's end than on mine, as Colin trying to do his best to keep with Caesar. We have Trap Formula on those sauce trying to hunt them down. It'll be interesting to see how that battle unfolds, as oh no, Kobe has left the session. unfortunate day for the man in the Haas, the Belgian, and he's disconnected. Hopefully he can get back in ASAP so he doesn't lose a huge amount of time, but he may end up losing multiple positions here due to him being out of the session, as he'll lose a spot to Caesar, then Colin, and Trap Formula, Lucas and Rage Hunter will no doubt get through as well. So right now, looking at the way things are going, I believe rest of the world are looking good right now in terms of leading the way, as Tomato picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. How crucial is that going to be as he tries to cut his way through on the soft tyres? It looks like he's had a bit of a snap somewhere, because he has lost a lot of time to the cars ahead, as we are on lap 9 of 11. This race has absolutely flown by, but Thomas, the man out in front, and he is doing a fantastic job of not only controlling this race, but he is doing a fantastic job of maximising his efforts here for the rest of the world. As we got Trap Formula now within DRS range of Colin R. Mason, and Colin just outside the DRS on Caesar, so this could be trouble here for the man from Wales, as he has an Englishman right behind him, and anyone knows about the rivalry between England and Wales. It is a bitter rivalry. It dates back centuries, even a millennium of history between those two nations, and a lot of animosity towards each other as well. As Lucas is also there, he's just on the back of it, representing Poland. His two Polish teammates at the moment, he's got two of them up in the top 5, which is good for the Polish team, and also good for the rest of the world as well, because they got two of their drivers up in the top 5, as well as England looking also some good points here early on. Up in 4th is Total Peace, as we got Ocho getting through on the ghosted car of Kobe, who is unfortunate that he has lagged out the session, but it's all about the battles that we have on track right now, and it looks like Alp is starting to close in on Pina there for 2nd place, so that'll be something to keep our eyes on as we head towards the final lap, as we have Trap Formula putting the pressure on Colin R. Mason. It is England versus Wales right here, soft versus medium, Racing Point versus McLaren. Who is going to come out on top as we head towards the final lap of this race? And we also got Lucas here just chilling in right behind, waiting for his opportunity. And up towards the front, what is Alp going to do? He is about 9/10 off. Is he going to be close enough to go on to close up to Pina, to really set himself up down the back straight towards Blanchimont? That is his opportunity. He's not really close enough right now, as Savage gets through on Total Peas. So Total Peas now down into 5th. Tomato still doing a decent job there, as there goes Trap Formula with DRS, gets through on Colin. Will Lucas have a peek as well? No, Lucas going to stick behind the Welshman for the time being. And this is going to be incredibly interesting as we go towards the bus stop chicane. We have Alp on the back of Pina. And is this going to be a rest of the world 1-2, or is the man from Poland, is he going to be able to hold on to that 2nd place? Will Savage for Poland be able to hold on to P4, or will the Englishman of Total Peas be able to pip him at the final hurdle, as Rage Hunter there picks up a 3-second time penalty, as we now on the final charge. Thomas has been doing a fantastic job. He's been out in front and he has controlled this race, but the battle is behind him. Out of VRS is Alp, out of VRS is Pina, and Alp unable to get the move done, but neither can Total Peas. Total Peas can't get the move done either. What about Lucas? Lucas all over the back of Colin R. Mason. Is he going to be able to get the move done into the bus stop chicane? No, he's not. He's going to settle for P10, and now across the line will come this battle, and as we come towards the end of what is a fantastic opening race here in Group A, we had 2 casualties as Calvin there gets promoted up in the 13th, and Hooky getting through on the ghosted AI of Kobe, and just a goalie there at the back of the grid. And that will bring an end to the first race of 2 here tonight in Group A. It is Thomas who comes out on top, Pina in 2nd place, and Alp in 3rd, Savage in 4th, Total Peas in 5th, Tomato in 6th, Caesar comes home for P7, Trap in 8th, then we got Colin in 9th, and we'll run you through the rest of the order momentarily. And also, I'm going to actually try and do some math. We're going to, as Tomato will get the in-game driver of the day. This is where you're going to see. This is where you're going to see some absolute magic going on right now, where I am going to be doing some mathematics to work out who is in the lead and who is on the bubble to be in the knockout. And Thomas on the top step of the podium as Trap and Kobe have left the session. Hopefully they can get back in, as we got support for, I believe, Tomato in the chat saying go on Cameron. Go on Cameron indeed. So run you through the grid at the end of the first race. It is Thomas of the rest of the world who picks up the victory and fastest lap ahead of Pina for the Polish team in 2nd place. Alp also for the rest of the world in P3 rounds out that podium. Savage for Poland in 4th. Total Peas for England in 5th. Then of course we got Tomato for Wales in 6th. Caesar for the rest of the world in 7th. Then we got Trap Formula in 8th. Colin R. Mason for Wales in 9th. Lucas in 10th for Poland. Rage Hunter for England in 11th. Then we got Duel in 12th for Belgium. Calvin for England in 13th. Then we got the Belgian of I didn't have time to get through them all. That's a shame. But I can quickly just rewind the stream 2 seconds. Okay, right. So while everyone is getting prepared for the second lobby, I get to do a little bit of mathematics real quick. And the next race will be at Suzuka. It will be the Japanese Grand Prix. Very different track to Spa-Francorchamps, this one. The only figure of 8 circuit on the F1 calendar. So let us do some mathematics real quick. Let's get the calculator up, because I'm not going to be able to do it in time off the top of my head. So, nope, that's a calendar. That's a calendar, not a calculator, Mike. Oh, sometimes I don't know, guys. I don't know. Right, so at the moment, plus 24. Right, let's quickly go through this. We're looking for Ferrari. That's P7 for Ferrari. Plus 16. I'm not sure. I don't think the DNFers get points, but at the moment, rest of the world on 70 points, and that is a good opening result for them. If they do get points, they'll be 71 or 72, depending on where they come. So rest of the world currently on 70 points. Then we're going to look at the Polish team, who got 2nd, 4th. They got 10th and 15th. So 2nd, 4th, 10th, 15th. 2nd, 26. Boom. 4th, 22. Boom. 10th, 11. and 15th is 6. So Poland currently on 65 points. So it is the rest of the world who leads the way, only by a few points. Then of course we're gonna have a look at the English team. So we have 5th, 8th, 11th and 13th. 5th, 8th, 11th, 13th. Right, so 20, boom, 14, boom, 10th, 10 points, so 11th and 13. So 52 points for Team England right now. And we're going to quickly have a look at the Welsh lads. So 6th, 9th and 16th. So 6th, 9 and 15. So 18, boom, 12, boom, and 16th, 5. So only 35 points for the Welsh team so far. So Wales a bit in the mud. And that is not what I like to see. That is not what I like to see at all, guys. As we are going to be looking at the Belgian team. So they came 12th, 14th, 17th and 18th. 12, 14, 17, 18, 12, 9, boom, 14, boom, 17, boom, 18. Right, so 23 points for Belgium. So the points tally at the moment, it is the rest of the world who lead the way on 70 points, ahead of the Polish team in second on 65 points. Then 52 points for the English team. Then, of course, the Welsh team on 35 points, and the Belgian team rounding out the back of the pack at the moment on 23 points. And that was maths with Ivor Bryn Mike, and I never want to have to do maths again. There was a reason why I left school. Never really want to go back. But yep, that is the points tally at the end of the first race, and we wait to see, well, wait for everyone to get underway here, as we are just 5 seconds away. Will we see any comeback stories? Will Wales and England be able to mount more of a charge in this race? Will Belgium be able to bounce back? Time will tell. Suzuka is the venue for the final race of Group A here tonight. Of course, we have Group C and Group D getting underway in just over 15 minutes, so make sure you guys tune in for that. Of course, more great action, and including Poland, I believe Poland first team, as well as the English first team as well. So plenty of teams to keep an eye on. Of course, Poland, England, Ireland, Malta, and Belgium's first team in Group D. And then, of course, we've got Denmark, Netherlands, Norway, and France's first team in Group C. So we wait to see who's going to come out on top there. And we anticipate, we are sitting here on the edge of our seat, waiting to see who's going to come out on top here, as Ocho has left the session. So the Belgian lads really struggling with their internet connection here tonight. They are lagging out of the session before it gets underway, and this is really hurting Belgium's chances, unfortunately, for the Belgian lads. And it's not going to be easy for Belgium. They're already on the back foot. Will they be able to make the most of this? Time will tell, as I'm going to go on board with... I'll go on... Oh, I was looking for Pina. There he is. Oh, can you stop moving? Right, no, right. We don't want to play these games. There we... Alright, we'll go on board with Lucas then, as we go through the S section up towards Dunlop Curve, as we filter through, and here we are now through Dunlop Curve, and now into the Degner corner, and it is very easy to invalidate there as we go under the bridge towards the hairpin. Very easy to lose it on traction here. but on the exit Lucas is looking pretty decent as we head up towards Spoon Corner, Spoon Curve, and through Spoon, looking for a good exit. May not have been the best of exits there from Lucas, but it is good enough. He's currently in 7th, so he's still doing good. As we get the middle sector split, and now towards the Casio Triangle, the final few corners here. As we round the final corner, it is going to be Alp who comes out on top of the 25.9, and I want to see the invalidations here, because there were a few names down towards the bottom who unfortunately didn't put in a good showing, but it is Alp for the rest of the world on pole position, ahead of Pina for Poland in 2nd place, and we got just as in 3rd. We got Calzo representing the English team. He is Scottish, unfortunately. No Scottish team for him to take part in with, unfortunately, but he is representing the English team here tonight. We got Thomas in 5th, Lucas in 6th, Caesar in 7th. So rest of the world looking very good. Total P's in 8th. He's got the double Welsh contingency right behind him of Nino and Colin. Then we got Rage Hunter, Kobe, and then we got Tomato, Calvin, Jewel, and Hooky. Then the guys who were disqualified were just a goalie, Savage, and Klosky, and Ocho unfortunately not being able to get a lap on the board. So this is the final race of the opening day here in the League Racing Nations Championship. The top 2 enter the champions path. Will Poland and the rest of the world maintain their champions path into the next round, as we got the best of the rest battling out right now? England, Wales looking like they are on course at the moment for the best of the rest path in, but who will head out who will head out ahead in that particular battle? As we look outside the top 10, Rage Hunter on the mediums, Kobe, who is back in the session thankfully, he is on the softs. Tomato on the mediums, Calvin there on the softs, Jewel on the mediums, Hooky also on the softs. Then we got just a goalie there on the medium, Savage on the mediums, Sorokowski, and Ocho, who is unfortunately not in the session, and he is at the back. So as it stands right now, rest of the world are looking to go through in flying colours, as we also have Poland also looking strong. The switch for Calzo to get into the car there for England is big for them, as they now they do what Britain does, and they recruit in people from other nations to represent them. that is the British way. So Calzo, if he does well here, he will be known as British instead of Scottish, which is unfortunate, but it is the way of the world in terms of this Isles that we are from. But of course we have people watching from all over the world, and we have the Polish support in here, we have the Belgian support in here, and of course we have the support from the rest of the world in here as well, as we await everyone now to come around the final corner to take up their grid positions, and we will see who is going to come out on top here, who will be on the champions path, who will be on the rest of the world path, and who will be under threat. As we have a comment, nothing wrong with ringers being brought in. Yeah, that is the way. That is the way indeed. 13 laps of Suzuka await these 19 drivers in this grid, and we will wait for those 5 red lights to get us underway. Here they come on now. 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway here for 13 laps at Suzuka, and a great start there from Pina, and he's already up into the race lead as they head into turn 1. It looked like it was going to be 3 wide with the 2 Mercedes and the Racing Point, and Calzo there already up into third. Caesar there down the inside of Lucas as they were battling, as little Roma Nino gets ahead of Colin, and Colin now with Tomato right behind him. And it's going to be interesting to see how these medium runners get through the pack, as Savage looks like he's got off the line pretty decently. Let's have a little a peek at who has got off the line the best, and we'll go on board with Nino, because he's right on the back of Lucas as he goes down the inside into the hairpin. Who has been able to gain the most, and up in the 7th goes little Romanino, the man who unfortunately crashed out in the previous race, and it was unfortunate. But who is that around? And that is Kowski around as they're side by side going into Spoon. Lucas and little Romanino, and Lucas there off track as little Romanino squeezing the Red Bull off track, and it is Tomato who is up 4 positions right now, and Savage down in 13th up 5 positions up into 13th, and that is a good start from both of those lads indeed. And Tomato, the man at the moment leading man on the medium compound tyres, as we got Colin right behind him. The Welsh contingency there, the Welsh contingency in P, I believe P9, P10, P7. We'll wait for the this glitch to sort itself out. As total P's 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and that is not good for the English team, as Klowski has left the session. That is unfortunate, and I believe it's Kobe back. I don't think so. Oh, we got carnage in the first sector though. A Savage and Ocho there at the back, and now the timings have I believe sorted themselves out, as look to see as Hooky tries to go around the outside there of just a goalie. Unable to get the move done though on the Belgian up ahead. In fact, he has got a run now. He'll be on the outside for Spoon. Is he going to be able to do it? The Welsh lad versus the Belgian is like the Euros 2016 all over again, and it is the Welsh lad who comes out on top. But for how long? Will the position just change once again? I do see little Romanino very close to the back, and oh my god, just a goalie there. Channeling his inner Alex Albon, where he gets through on the grass there. So just a goalie there trying to find some adventurous ways through, getting past trying to get through past Hooky there, as I believe now he is coming to the pit, so maybe he picked up damage, maybe a little bit of contact with the wall. As we look now, as we got Justaz and Thomas there in P4 and 5. Right now, all of the rest of the world inside the top 6. It is looking good for the rest of the world right now. Look like they're going to get through with flying colours. Poland right now, they have Pina out in front, which is good for them. They have Lucas in 8th, which is good for them. But unfortunately, Klaus is out of this race, and Savage all the way down in 15th. And we'll have to see how he gets on, trying to make his way back up through the grid. In terms of England, Calzo, the man from Scotland here representing England, up in 3rd, doing fantastic work for the English, but unfortunately for the rest of the English lads, all outside of the top 10. And that is not going to help them. They need more of the English lads to get into the top 10. And we have 3 of the 4 Welsh lads in the top 10, as well as just as into the pits at the end of lap 2. Obviously going to be chucking on the set of the mediums to go straight to the end. It is going to be crucial that he gets into some decent clear air. So it looks like Hooky and Rage Hunter about to go battle. Oh, the squeeze there to the inside, but Rage Hunter gets through as he is now up into P12. So Rage Hunter getting through on Hooky, England getting through on Wales there, as little Romanino is trying to close up to the back of Caesar. Only half a second separating these two drivers. Lucas under pressure from Tomato, who is currently in 8th, the leading medium compound runner. And then of course we got Colin directly behind as well, doing well to keep with Tomato. We've got Thomas now all over the back of Calzo here for the final spot on the podium, and Alp there on the back of Pina for the race lead. So we got a good few battles up and down the grid. As Thomas, is he going to think about a move? No, he thinks better of it. Tomato doesn't go for the move on Lucas either. But what about Alp? Alp and Pina into the pits. Calzo into the pits. Little Romanino into the pits. And Colin going to continue on for another lap. And Pina gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And that is going to be crucial here. The man from Poland picking himself up a unnecessary 5-second time penalty, and that is severely going to hinder him. This really does open things up now for England, for Wales, as previously stated, Savage down there in P10, he is on the back of Hooky, so he might be able to gain something out of it, but Lucas, he is behind little Romanino, and right now with Poland down one man in terms of the one retiree that we have had so far here at Suzuka. They are under pressure. We saw how difficult it is when you go down into 3 men. It happened for the rest of the world. It happened for... Oh no, Total Pieces out. Total Pieces retired in the S's. England down a man. England down a man. And now pressure severely on Calzo here to perform for England, and for Calvin and Rage Hunter as well. They are down a man, and now no mistakes on the English lads. That is what they're going to be hoping for, as they are currently on their way to the best of the rest pathing. But I believe the door's open for them to get into the champions pathing, as it has for the Welsh as well. And it's going to be a very interesting battle as we are on lap 6 of 13, and Tomato is in the pits for the set of the soft tyres. He is going to be a rapid on them. And now we will see where everyone comes out to relative to each other. Tomato comes out ahead of Lucas there in 11th, but he is right behind Caesar. And little Romanino with is that a 5-second time penalty? No, it's just a 3-second. But yeah, a penalty there for little Romanino. And he is 1.4 off the back of Calzo. It is crunch time here for Poland. They need more of their drivers up towards the top end. Pina there is stuck behind Hooky and Rage Hunter. A man from England and a man from Wales. Pina needs to get through, because right now he is losing a whole heap of positions due to that 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As we got Just As and Alp right behind as well. Calzo doing well for the English team, trying to keep with him, as we got Tomato there getting through on Caesar, and now little Romanino and Tomato have got through on Caesar, and it is looking decent right now for the Welsh team. It is looking decent for the rest of the world, as Alp there with a new fastest lap. Pina will retake the race lead, and will Calzo be able to get back into fourth? No, he can't find a way through, as Tomato gets through on Nino. I think a little bit of team orders there between the Welsh lads. and Colin now into 10th place. So 3 Welsh drivers in the top 10, all 4 drivers from the rest of the world in the top 10, 2 from Poland in the top 10, but crucially the man at the sharp end there for Poland has a 5-second time penalty. And of course we have the one man from England in the top 10 also. Belgium unfortunately appear to be on the ropes. England and Poland, one man down, could be on the back foot of things, but I think at the moment Poland may be okay. I think. Is there any Norwegian hype in here? There's not a lot of Norwegian hype in here, unfortunately. Might be due to the fact that Norway are competing in Group C, which is underway right now. So if you want to check out the Group C, you will be able to see the Norwegian lads get their groove on there, as now Tomato on those soft tyres. Is he going to be able to get through on Calzo? This is big. This is big actually for possibility of going through, as we got yellow flag in sector 1 and 3, and I believe that is Rage Hunter who is off there at turn 1. Very interesting. Rage Hunter now down into 17th place. I am very curious to see what transpired there with Rage Hunter. He has no front wing. Rage Hunter now driving around without a front wing. England are 100% in trouble now. Oh, as Lucas there, a big snap of oversteer. Colin not too far off the back of them. Calzo right now for England is there. And he is going to be under some serious pressure here. So I'm just going to quickly get that up for you. I believe Pyra is commentating over Group C. Commentating over Group C he is. There you go, nice little nice cheeky bit of information for you, mate. He is commentating over Group C, which is where the Norwegian hype is currently taking place. Which we do like to see some Norwegian hype. I hope Norway actually get through Champions Path. A lot of love for the Norwegians. As Tomato now all over the back of Calzo. Calzo though on a I believe that's Hooky around. Yep, it is Hooky around, and he is out of the race. Oh no, as Calzo there overtaken by Tomato. So Tomato now up into P5 ahead of the man from England. But with Hooky out of this race, this once again throws it up in the air in terms of England, Wales or Poland. Like I said, I don't believe the people who crash out of the race pick up any points, which is unfortunate because we have lost 3. And Kobe's left the session again, so Belgium are 100% completely out of the running, I would say. And right now, little Romanino, with that 3-second time penalty, will be dropping down to... He'll be dropping 2 positions, I believe, at the moment. So he'll be dropping down to P9. Pina, with that 5-second time penalty, should be dropping down to P7. So the man from Poland dropping a couple of positions here will most likely be going down to P7 if it stays as it is. And right now he's lost DRS to Just As up ahead, and that is crucial because he's going to need that that extra speed, that extra boost from DRS to maintain a good result here for him. As Tomato on those soft tyres, he is closing up to the guys up ahead, Thomas and Alp. I believe the rest of the world are, they are set right now in terms of being able to get through. Poland, I'm not 100% sure. I believe Poland may be okay. I believe they should be okay to get through for the Champions path in, and we'll have to wait and see as we're on lap 11 of 13. It is Pina right now under pressure from Alp. Thomas ducked in right behind. Then we got Tomato on those soft compound tyres directly behind as well. And unfortunately for the Welsh lads, and the unfortunate situation that happened with the qualifying, unfortunately has kind of let them down. But also with the contact between Just As and Little Romanino at Belgium also took away a handful of points on both teams, as Tomatoes picked up a 3-second time penalty. That is crucial, and I believe now that may seal things for Poland. I believe that will be good for Poland, because I believe now Pina will drop down to... I think he will still go down to P6. As we got, Thomas there getting through on... and Tomato there sneaking through on Alp as well. I was about to say Thomas getting through on Alp, but Tomato sneaking through as well on those soft tyres. We're on the penultimate lap of the race. It is all getting a bit spicy at the top end. And right now, lap 12 of 13, rest of the world looking good to get through. Poland, I believe, to be safe right now. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Thomas and Tomato. And I think Tomato may need to let Thomas back through. I do feel that little bit of contact there, Tomato needs to get that position back, in my opinion. As Ocho there, unfortunately, lagging out the session at the start of qualifying, unable to get back in. It's just the goalie there picks up a time penalty, as Calzo there gets through on Alp, and that is good. But here goes Alp back down the inside of the Casio triangle, and Calzo picks up a 3-second time penalty. Oh, okay, now here we go. I mean, this is very interesting now, as we are on the final lap of the race. Just As has been doing a fantastic job out in front, as we got Lucas getting through there on Caesar for P8. I will have to do some number crunching after this, but oh no, Tomato's around. Tomato is around. Heartbreak there for Tomato, as he drops down into P9, and I think that has sealed it. I think Poland have done it. Yeah, I want to say Poland are definitely through now. Through into the Champions path in. I want to say that. As Just As now coming up towards 130R. As we get confirmation that Group C and Group D are live right now, guys. If you want to go over and show some support for Group C and Group D. Also, make sure you check out Group B as well, as just as across the line will pick up the victory here, as Thomas will join him alongside, as Alpin is a rest of the world all podium there. Calzo will get 4th, Pina will come home in 5th, Lucas 6th, Little Romanino in 7th, Colin will get 8th ahead of Caesar. Tomato will pick up 10th after his spin, Calvin in 11th, Savage 12th, Buell Duel in 13th, Just a Goalie in 14th, 15th unfortunately the ghosted car of Kobe, 16th for Rage Hunter, and Ocho who unfortunately lagged out the session at the beginning of qualifying. So I just want to quickly go through the standings to see what has occurred there. We already know the rest of the world, their pathing is set. We will see them in the Champions Path, of course. The rest of the world doing fantastic. Belgium, unfortunately for the Belgian lads, it is the knockout phase for them. But the real question is it Poland? Is it Wales? Is it England? Let's find out. Let's find out, shall we? Is it Poland? I wanna say it's Poland. I really do. So Poland, we're on 65 points coming into this. A P5 from Pina gets them 20 points. So 20 there for the Polish lads. P6 for Lucas in the end will get 18 points. I believe Poland may be okay. So they're on 103 as it stands, and Savage in 12th picking up 9 points. So Poland on 112 points to their name. As we run you through the orders one more time, it is Just As who picks up the win ahead of Thomas, Alp in 3rd, Calzo 4th, Pina in 5th, Lucas in 6th, Little Romanino in 7th, 8th will go to Colin R. Mason, Caesar in 9th, Tomato rounded out the top 10, then we got Calvin for England in 11th, Savage in 12th, Duel in 13th, Just a Goalie in 14th, Kobe in 15th, unfortunately lagged out the session, Rage Hunter in 16th, who was still in the session, then we had Ocho, who also lagged out the session before qualifying even started. Then our non-finishers were Hooky, Total Peas and Kraust. And that is a lot of words to get out in such rapid time, but I'm glad I was able to do so. And we're also right, we also have to get the English. Let's see how good England done. Let's see where England's points are. So 112 points for Poland to beat. England were on 52 points. Calzo with his P4 picking up 22 points straight off the bat. And then we have Calvin in 11th, which is 10 points there for Calvin, 84 points. And Rage Hunter in 16th. So yeah, England not doing enough. 89 points there for the English. And we'll also now just look at the Welsh to see who managed to get 3rd place. So it was 35 points for the Welsh coming into this. 7th place for Little Romanino. So 16 points. And I believe it was also a 9th and a 10th for Wales. And it is England who go ahead of Wales. Not by a massive margin though. Only 15 points in it. So it is the rest of the world who go through to the Champions Path ahead of Poland. Both of those teams, both of those nations going through to the Champions Path. Then of course we have Wales and England too going through to the best of the rest path. And of course the knockout path is there for the Belgian team. Make sure you jump on over to Group C and Group D, which are live right now. and we'll catch you next week. Good night, guys, and keep safe.